Chapter 4, A Change in the Air. You all stare in breathless silence as an ominous figure is standing eerily still in the doorway. They're the witches that block the ley lines. One of them flicks a finger and the whirlwind dies. The other witches back deferentially away, and the woman steps forward, a tongue of flame flickering in her palm. Even from this distance, even in a room full of vampires, you can feel the power radiating from her being. She must be the leader. Her strange, pale green eyes sweep across the crowd of stunned, speechless teen vampires. The flame flares once, then snuffs out. We're so cooked. One of the Venedites pushes to the front, an angry sneer curling his lips. You weren't invited. Get the hell out of here. But the cold, imperious witches don't move. They don't even blink. Fine. I'll show you to the door myself. Carlo, maybe don't... But the Venedi is already charging, his silver eyes glazed with menace. Enough. Without even flinching, the witch circles her hand through the air, and Carlo just stops. The snarling expression, his entire body frozen in place. You gasp, all the vampires do. The witch's eyes scan across you again, her hard gaze daring anyone to do the same. Display bravery and knowledge in front of witches will improve your chances of raising your impression score. Impressing the witches will improve their opinion of you and help regain their faith in the covens. I can't show any fear. Like any threat, you gotta face it head on. You push to the front, drawing the imposing witch's attention straight to you. There's a hint of cold approval in her eyes. What do you want? We haven't done anything to you. Her commanding, emotionless voice echoes through the warehouse. To us, no. But to your town, and to the balance of nature, you have done plenty. We've kept an eye on these covens for some time. Your recent antics, the creation hunters, have drawn our attention. Our antics? Those a-holes showed up on their own. You can't blame us for silence. The words a whisper, but full of such power and authority you can't help but obey. It is not merely the chaos and destruction you've wrought. There is a rogue magic on the loose here as well. She must be talking about Cass's powers. They must have sensed them manifesting somehow and came to investigate. You catch Cass's eye. She looks startled and guilty. She gestures to the crumbling mound of rubble that was the Libby creation. This is what we call an Earth construct. It was a test devised to see how you would respond to a new crisis. Witch's cold, unfeeling eyes scan the crowd before landing on Margot. To say we are disappointed in the results would be an understatement. Consequently, we have come bearing a message for your leaders. Tell the Crimson Beach covens are under review. After we weigh the evidence, we will return with a judgment. A judgment, but we're just defending ourselves. Yeah. What were we supposed to do? Let them waltz in here and burn down the town? She turns her cold and implacable gaze on Cass. If the balance of nature requires it, yes. Sometimes sacrifices must be made. I'll show you a sacrifice. Cass surges forward, all aggression, but you grab her arm and pull her back with a hiss. Cass, don't make it worse. I don't understand. What does this have to do with... Do not argue, child. Do as you're told. I'm not arguing. I'm asking for clarification. Our coven leaders will want to know what this is about. And we will tell them. When we are done with our deliberations, we will summon you all. Summon us where? When? When the time comes, you will know when and where to go. Until then, your movements are restricted to the confines of your town. We have set a magical barrier around the borders of Crimson Beach. Should you try to escape, you will regret it. Yeah? Well, you're gonna regret. Before Cass can finish, the head witch nods, a blinding swirl of wind kicks up, the entire group disappears into the ether. In the immediate silence, all you can do is stare. On every face you see quiet shock, outrage, and not a little fear. I guess that's one way to end our party. The journey back to the Nexus is swift and silent, and as you enter the tribunal chamber in a scrum, the coven leaders and elders look up in anger. Are you all blood drunk? What's the meaning of this? Everyone starts talking at once, a wild clamor of shouted warnings and muddled declarations. Witches crashed my party. Carlo attacked, and they froze him. They told us to... Enough! Lowen sighs and rubs the bridge of his nose, then turns to Gabriel. Gabriel, explain and keep it brief. The witches who blocked the ley lines crashed the party and gave us a message for you. Because of all the chaos caused by the Creator and Hunter attacks, the Coven is under review. They'll summon us when they've come to a decision. Summon us? Who do they think they are? Astoria glowers as she looks from Gabriel to you to Cass. The real question is why the three of you are always at the center of every crisis. Girl, all we were was existing in a party. Dumb luck, I guess. Wait, you're blaming this on us? I don't see any other disaster magnets here, do you? Correlation isn't causation. Don't try to talk your way out of this, Gabriel Aldahar. What did you do? We didn't do anything. If you'd listened to the rest of the story, you'd know that. There's more? Apparently, these witches have been keeping tabs on us. The Creator attack, followed by the Hunters, drew their attention. They're blaming us. He literally said that the first time. Did they explain why? Something about balance, but the immediate issue is they put a magical barrier around the town, so until we hear back from them, none of us can leave Crimson Beach. How did this encounter begin? I can't believe they just showed up at a vampire party, out of nowhere. Libby Rogers, you know her from school, Astoria. You expect me to care enough about a human student to remember their names? You should. Question mark? That's some A-plus principling right there. Anyway, Libby walked in, and when Parker tried to pull her out of the warehouse... Pull her out! She was a human! You should have killed her before she even got to the door! That's what I said. We talked about this, Astoria. Killing humans out of hand only brings scrutiny. What they should have done was bring the girl back to the Nexus, so we should discuss what to do with her. But it wasn't actually Libby. I'm going to need an explanation. If you'd shut the f*** up, you'd get it. They were testing us to see what we would do in a crisis. They created a fake magic Libby. They called it an Earth construct, and when Parker touched her, it crumbled into a pile of dirt. Pretty creepy, actually. Oh, and in case you were wondering, we failed the test. Straight F's across the board. This just gets better and better. Astoria and Lewin share a look, some agreement passing silently between them. Lewin turns to Elder Roman. We need more information on the witches, specifically ones that can manipulate Earth and other elements. I'll pull the relevant text now. All the other elders convene in the council chamber. We need to discuss how we're going to deal with these new arrivals. And for the rest of you, go back to your rooms. But... No buts, that's an order. They turn their backs and leave, but you follow them to the door and block the way. Hey, are you hiding something? Parker. Excuse me? Oh boy. Astoria's anger is bad enough, but when Lewin turns his cold stare on you, an icy shiver runs down your spine. And what exactly do you think we're hiding? I don't know. You seem really eager to get rid of us. And you're surprised by this. Why? In my experience, giving you 3 free reign leads to nothing but bloodshed and tears. Let me think about this. We've saved you from the creations. We've saved you from the hunters. We also saved you from going outside and burning to the sun. I don't know, we're 3-0. You guys are 0-3. Especially you, Parker. I don't think it's escaped notice that all the Coven's trouble started when you came to town. Now get out of here before I have you thrown in a dungeon. Again. You stand defiant beneath the pressure of the Coven's leaders' cold glares, but when they're gone, you slump into a chair and drop your head into your hands. Are they right? Hell no. Come here. They sit beside you and wrap you in their arms. You snuggle into them. Gabe's warmth and Cass's strength comforting you like nothing else can. The steady feel of both of their heartbeats coming from the charms on your wrists calm you until your own heartbeat slows to match their pace. Parker, none of what's happening has anything to do with you. Right, Astoria is just stuck in queen bitch mode. You gotta tell her crap. You gotta let her crap roll off your back, I do. Yeah, and they've almost killed you. I mean, Rashley, I know you're right, and it's not my fault, but it is true that all this started when I moved to Crimson Beach. Gabrielle's arms tighten around your shoulders as Cass huffs an annoyed sigh before bouncing to her feet. Okay, enough of this. I know what we need to do. We need to shower New Girl with some good old-fashioned Christmas cheer. It's late June. Semantics. What kind of cheer did you have in mind? By the way of an answer, Cass and Gabe share a suggestive grin before turning to you, each taking your hand and stroking your skin with their thumbs. The combination of both their full attentions on you makes your face heat. I got an idea or two. And so do I, but you'll have to come with us to find out what they are. Lead the way. Let's go. My room's just... Nope, no way. Your room's a post-apocalyptic crime scene. Let's go to my place. Cass groans and rolls her eyes. Why? So we can watch cat videos and braid each other's hair. Gabe places a warm hand on your lower back. Not quite what I had planned. Your call, New Girl. You want character or cleanliness? Let's go to Cass's. Yeah, I'm more inclined to see what her room looks like. Choke on it, Golden Boy. Fine, but if I get tetanus, it's on you, Parker. I'll take my chances. Cass's room is as bright and cluttered as always. This is cluttered? This is clean by most people's standards. And you grin as you hold up the jumble of clothes piled on the bed. Where should I put these? The floor's fine. That's pretty much the closet anyway. You laugh and toss him to the floor, but the momentary humor isn't enough to dispel your roiling thoughts and fears. You flop on the bed with a grumbling sigh. Gabe stretches out beside you. Cass, being Cass, takes a flying leap onto the mattress, the motion almost bouncing you off the bed. Hey. Sorry. Not sorry. Okay, New Girl, spill it. What's wrong? What do you think? Jesus. I'm just... freaking exhausted. Mutant creations, vampire hunters, witches. What's next? The zombie apocalypse? How much more can this town take? I know you're scared. We all are. Not me. I'm mad. Big mad. Okay, Cass Harlow mad about something. Alert the media. You huff out a laugh, lace your fingers in theirs. The simple contact of familiar banter enough to calm your fraying nerves. Look, this whole thing's unhinged. Blaming us for a war? Wars? We didn't start? It's supernatural gaslighting. That's my point. How do you fight something like that? By talking with them, making them seem reason. She tried that, Gabe. And if that doesn't work, then we take them head on and fist flying. Parker, the important thing is not your fault. In fact, it's the opposite. Since you got here, all you've done is protect the covens. Right. I mean, you full-on gave up your life to save us, the Nexus, the town. You're a damn hero. And we're lucky to have you in our lives, especially me. And maybe Cass. Seriously? Couldn't resist. You know what could have been great? Remember that Immortal Desire, book about, going back and doing things differently, right? Yeah, no, this could have been a great example of that. Gabriel props himself on his elbow and gently brushes a thumb across your cheek. I can't pretend to have all the answers, but what I do know is whatever happens, we'll find our way through this together. Always do. Gabriel's steady confidence and Cass's grin are all it takes to make the knot of tension in your stomach begin to unravel. Replaced by a different kind of tension, one that spreads like a slow fire from your belly to your limbs to your chest. I want to kiss Gabriel. You cup his cheek, your smile tinged with unspoken gratitude. He presses his face to your palm, and then you pull him to you, brushing a soft, gentle kiss to his lips. You cast a flirty look at Cass, her grin's gone, replaced with a fierce want. Her hand winds around your hip as her lips touch your throat. You arch your neck for her, an invitation she can't resist. Cass's lips part and she runs a sharp line down your skin with her fangs. Your back arches, pressing your hips to Gabriel's. He takes your mouth again, the kiss fiery this time, his tongue twining and teasing yours. Their hands roam your body, their combined efforts igniting your blood with every touch, slide, and grasp. Senses in overload, you pull away. What's up? You take a deep breath and hold it as you look from one to the other. Can you just hold me for a while? Whatever you want, new girl. We're here for you tonight. Right. As long as you're safe, happy, and so are we. I always feel safe with you guys. I know, you all wanted me to kick it up a notch, but you wouldn't be able to watch it then. And the happy part? You conspicuously avoided that. I thought it went without saying. I think we both need to check in from time to time. Sheesh, so needy, okay? Wherever or whenever I'm with you, I'm happy. Our work here's done. Not yet, it isn't. Not until you spoon with me, get your arms around me. Spoon. My favorite cuddle position. Not a thing I'd ever thought you'd say. What? I can do sweet and snuggly. She can. Watch. You turn and feel the bed dip as Cass inches closer behind you. Her chest is warm against your back, her arms wrapping you in a fierce grip. See? It's like watching a T-Rex hug a deer. That's the nicest thing you've ever said to me, Aldahar. He huffs out a laugh and turns, and you press your face to the back of his neck, inhaling deep to savor the warm, reassuring scent of him. Comfortable? Very. Good, because we're going to be doing this for a long, long, long time. The moment turns quiet, peaceful, and you close your eyes, letting yourself melt into the bliss of Cass and Gabe. Sometime later, you're lying together. Gabriel's arms slung lazily around your waist, Cass's legs tangled with yours. It's like nothing exists except this place, the three of you. You let out a long, contented sigh. What's the matter? Do you think we have a chance against the witches? Of course we do. More than a chance. We defeated the Creator and his mutants. We wiped out an army of hunters. And their mutants. Right, after all that. Taking on a bunch of witches, that's just Tuesday night in Crimson Beach. This feeling, the happiness, the fun, excitement, it's everything you love about both of them. Whatever happens, I'm so happy I'm facing with them. You huff a laugh and lean in to Cass for a quick heated kiss and turn to Gabriel. His smile is warm, gentle, indulgent, and you nuzzle his cheek and press your lips to his. So, no more worrying? I don't think I'll ever stop worrying, but at the moment, all's well in my world. Our world. This corner of it, anyway. Later, you still feel restless despite your time with both of them, so you head out of the Nexus and make your way home. I need space to think right now. No vampires, no coven leaders, no witches, just me and my mom. You feel better the minute you walk in, the familiar surroundings, delicious smells wafting from the kitchen, like a loving welcome home. Hello? Parker, I wasn't expecting you. She bustles in, a delighted smile on her face, and then she sees your expression. What's wrong? Something happened? Yeah, no, sort of. Things just been going a little south lately. Here, sit. You flop down on the couch, and she shakes a blanket out over you. Let me get you something to eat. I've got those pretzels you like. Are they the soft, fresh-baked ones? A little salty? Okay, fine. Get ready to be devoured, salty goodness. She sits beside you as you absently stuff pretzels in your mouth. Listen, that's a huge comfort food for me. Like those big old pretzels that I'm sure some of you know what they are, like the ones you get at the mall, right? I haven't had those in so long, though. Those are a huge comfort food for me. And, yeah, I miss those. That bad, huh? Okay, tell your mom what's got you so upset. You shake your head and heave a long, frustrated sigh. It's a little hard to explain. Harder to explain than vampires, mutants, hunters, mutant hunters, runestones, magic, and did I miss anything? No, you got it all. Okay, promise you won't freak out. You take a long, deep breath and launch into the story. The party, witches, and the threat to the covens. They threaten you? With what? Why? What did I say about freaking out? I know, I'm sorry. I'm worried, Parker. Really worried. Are you sure you're gonna be okay? I'm not sure about anything right now. I know Story and Lewin are working on a plan. The covens are ready. What about staying at the Nexus? You'd be safer there. Last thing I want is to be shut up in the Nexus. Much more happier with you. The smile on her face makes your heart soar. You know what would make you even happier? Some chowder. What kind of chowder are we talking? The special kind with the chunky potatoes? That's the one. I'll get you a bowl. You were making chowder? Question mark? But as she disappears into the kitchen, all the stress and worry return. This is just so draining. Maybe if I go lay down for a while, I'll maybe feel better. Hey, Mom, can you hold the soup for later? I'm gonna go upstairs and veg in my room. Parker, wait. Mom sprints over to you, blocking your way to the stairs, and you could swear that she's the one with the vampire speed. Mom, what's wrong? You can't go up there right now. I haven't cleaned in ages. I don't need it to be lab level clean. I just need to lie down for a bit. Oh, honey, I'm sorry. Your bed's not in there anymore. Really? What? What happened to my bed? Did we get robbed or something? Did you kick me out and forget to tell me? No, of course not. I would never kick you out. Her bed's missing, so... Then what's going on? Because I'm getting real don't let the door hit you on the way out vibes here. Since you told me vampires don't sleep, I assumed you wouldn't need a bed anymore, so I thought I'd convert your room into a reading room. You can see her reasoning, but as you look up the stairs to the space that used to be yours, you feel the divide between you and your mother growing wider by the second. And the more time I spend at the Nexus, the worse it's gonna get. You let out a deep sigh. It's okay, I'll rest on the couch. There's so much going on at the Nexus that... Your voice trails off as you feel a sharp pull deep in your chest. Like something's tugging at you, whispering for you to follow. Parker. Parker. You blink and look around, realizing you've already taken several unconscious steps towards the door. Parker, where are you going? I need to leave, now. Ignore the question, spring down the stairs, almost frantic in your need to leave. The witches said they'd summon us when they reached a verdict. This has to be it. Parker, come back! But, as her voice fades away, your insistent tug propels you out the door and into the night. The overpowering drawl grows stronger as you plunge into the woods surrounding Crimson Beach. Where the hell am I going? You keep your eyes peeled for any signs of the witches, but as you pull deeper into the forest, the trees and tangled underbrush get thicker and harder to navigate, and then... The strobe of light is blinding. You throw your arm over your eyes as you blink rapidly to dispel the spots. The light flashes again in your peripheral vision. What is that? You squint into the dark, your vampire vision, searching for the source. Oh my god, will you stop? But you're preparing this time, and the light fades and leaves behind a ghostly image of something familiar, something in the shape of a ruin. Follow the flashing light to collect the light burst ruin and gain an advantage in future fights. Anyone else ever sit there and just go, could you not flashbang the screen? I know I do. It gets annoying. I had a feeling the stone's going to come in handy, so even if it makes me late to the witch party, it's worth the time to track it down. You shade your eyes, counting the time between flashes. Every time they fade out, you move forward, relying on the residual light to guide you to the source. Finally, you find it in tangled bushes just beyond a small grassy copse. There you are, little monster. Careful to avoid looking directly at the blinding strobe, you reach through the vines deeper and deeper until your fingers close tightly around the stone. Quickly, you pull out the stone box cast found in the nexus, pop it in, and just as it releases another flash, you snap close the lid. Wait, we carry this ginormous box around with us? I'm just asking for a friend. You unlock the light flash power burst. Okay. You could never flashbang me again, that'd be appreciated. Damn, that light's strong. No idea what it's actually for, but it's gonna make a great distraction. Close your eyes, concentration on the direction the tug is pulling you towards. It's much stronger now, almost a physical thing. It must be close. As you continue through the woods, trees grow sparser, the underbrush gives way to grass. Finally, you push through a screen of branches to find you're in a clearing where the rest of your fellow coven members stand and wait. Parker. Gabriel shoulders through the crowd to your side, followed by Cass, both of them looking just as surprised as you feel. We were just about to come check on you when we got a magic yanked. All of us felt the same pull, apparently. Has to be the witch's summons. They must have reached a verdict. Kinda rude dragging us out into the middle of nowhere like this. I mean, couldn't they have just sent a note? Why here, though? Does this place look so familiar? I feel like we've been here before. When we were escaping from the hunters, we were all a part of the forest. Or we were all over this part of the forest. We probably ran right through here. Cass tilts her head, listening for the magic only she can hear. She crouches abruptly and presses her hands to the ground. This place is humming with power. My power. That's it. This is the spot where you extended the ley lines. What an impressive work of magic that was. You startle at the deep, even voice thrumming into the darkness, coming from a dense group of trees, almost on their own. The branches part and 3 witches step into the clearing. So impressive that the magic still lingers in the flora. It's the reason we summon you to this spot. Somehow, the witches are even more formidable now, as if nature around them is amplifying their power. Welcome, Crimson Beach Covens. I am Sage, the High Priestess of the Circle. I am joined by Bram and Tamsin. Sage gestures, and each witch bows gravely as she calls their name. You lean in to Cass, pitching your voice in a barely audible whisper. They're polite, at least. Yeah, everybody's polite till they're yeeting you in the sunlight. This is true. Wasn't there vampires that died because of that? You return your attention to the witches just as Sage casts her eyes across the wary group of vampires. Which of you leads this coven? Lewin shoulders his way to the front, his cold, calculating gaze fixed firmly on the High Priestess. Astoria steps up beside him, eyes narrowed and dark with rage. I'd say I'm pleased to meet you, Sage, but that would be a lie. How dare you order us here? We did not order you, Coven Leader. We summoned you. Did you not receive our message? We did, and not to put too fine a point on it, but what gives witches the right to pass judgment on vampires? The right of nature herself. We are your progenitors. Vampires exist only because our kind created you. And we can undo that creation all the same. Instantly, the night's ablaze with the silver gleam of 100 vampire eyes. Menacing growl ripples through the coven. Somebody's got to shut this down before it gets ugly, and I guess that someone's me. You take a deep, shaky breath and shout over the growing rumble. Well, actually, everyone, witches and vampires alike, turn to you, their expression ranging from amused to surprised, outright belligerent. You clear your throat and continue. It was a bunch of renegade witches who created the vampires, so, partially true. Sage tilts her head, her cold, impassive gaze boring through you like a spike. You are very well informed, child.
Okay, so we're done being polite. This is our territory. Time to go.
Nice tats now you got there, buddy. The guard crouches into attack stance, ready to spring. Sage starts to raise her hand. He wasn't at the party. He doesn't know what she can do. He's gonna get himself killed. The rune, I can use the light burst rune. Oh, do we have to? You yank the stone from its box, aim it directly into the vampire's eyes. He stumbles back, rubbing frantically at his eyes. The sage turns her piercing gaze to you again. A sensible act. That is reassuring. Bram, show this hasty child what could have been his fate.
Certainly.
Bram flickers a finger at the nearest tree. The bark turns a pale gray, bits of it shattering and crumbling away like stone. There's a loud collective gasp, followed by a terrifying quiet. Cass crosses her arms and huffs. Well, that's one way of telling us you mean business. Sage ignores Cass and turns her attention to Astori and Lewin, both of them stunned and speechless with rage. This behavior is precisely why we have come. Your reactionary and careless violence has upset the balance of nature to nearly irreversible levels. And that is why we have reached our verdict. Verdict. Correct. Nature desires balance in all things, especially magic. And to restore that balance, you have left us with no choice but to eradicate the covens of Crimson Beach. No, give us a chance to fix this. Judging by this newest display of your coven's recklessness, I find it highly unlikely that you can. Once nature's balance has been upset to the degree that it has been here, only drastic measures can restore it. However, we are not without mercy. We will give you one final chance to change your ways. You have until the autumn equinox. At that time, we will return to reevaluate the situation. And if we decide we don't want to change our ways, then I suggest you begin to make peace with your fate. Okay. So question. How do we fix shit? Anyway, without further ado, thanks for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment letting me know your thoughts. Alright. So first and foremost, sorry I'm a little bit late on this. Just, sometimes you just feel overwhelmed and you are literally and figuratively overwhelmed and you're working too much. Yeah, no, that's happening with me. Just really, really overwhelmed and overworked lately. Seriously, you don't even begin to know the half of it. In case you're going, well, dude, you only did 4 chapters today. It's not nothing. Bro, if only you knew. Anyway, I'll just go with the following. So, how can I put this? I understand that nature is a balance, right? But I have a question. Like, I understand there was the fire that the creator/creations made, right? And it burned a bunch of nature, which we have Cass. Right? So, I don't know. We're standing in a big forest, right? So, yeah. Anyway, I'm just confused. Like, where's the fire? Where's the nature that's irreparably harmed? Where's the loss of balance? Right? From a creative standpoint, we don't see that. From a writing standpoint, we don't see that. And from any standpoint, we don't see that. Let's be honest. We haven't seen that kind of destruction since literally and figuratively, like book one. And ever since then, it's just nature, and look how beautiful it is, and yippity doo dah day, right? There's no, like, nature has a balance, right? I get that. Um, you also have to look at the fact that Cass reawoken them because of nature, because of that energy, because of all that. So I don't understand how Cass, they were asleep or dead or whatever. Cass woke them by this huge, insurmountable, like, burst of energy in this area, which then they sit there and they commend and say, yeah, it's an amazing thing that this kind of residual energy still exists. So, like, okay, question, like, I hope there's some sort of clarification in chapter 5 about how we can fix things. Like, give us some sort of clues. Like, I don't understand. Like, what are we supposed to do? Like, live in kumbaya and, everybody become a hippy dippy hippie? Like, where's the, what? I don't understand. Right? There's no, it's not like we're sitting there chopping down trees and burning floors, forest floors, and doing any of this shit. So you can't say, well, there needs to be a balance with nature, which, shit, go to any major city and the loss of fucking nature is just a criminal act. Seriously. Have you seen some of the YouTube shorts I've posted about my neighbors cutting down their, like, 100-plus-year-old trees? Don't even get me started on shit like that. And I'm a moderate hippie. Like, I'm not like hippy dippy, but I'm pretty, like, I respect nature and I love it. Where if you chop down one tree, you have to replace it somewhere. Right? And that's the problem with humankind, is we don't replace it. We just typically chop it down and go, LOL, this, like, a lot of the excuses I see for people who do that shit are, well, I don't want it to touch my house. You dumb bitch. One, first and foremost, if you go and you chop down a tree, I know I'm a little livid when it comes to this stuff, so here we go. So let's say I live on a property. I got a really nice 100-year-old tree, right? Some people I've actually seen chop down 200-year-old trees, and I'm sitting here going, that tree has been alive longer than this country in most places. But hey, here we are. So anyway, um, Jesus, it tilts me. So I'm sitting here and I'm going, okay, so you chop down the tree, why? It lowers your property value when you do that. Actually, having a tree increases your property value. It decreases the chance of robbery and threat and everything. These are statistics. Don't BS me. These are statistics. These are literal things you can look up. And, like, there's actually, like, a million other positives for having a tree, right? We won't even talk about the fact that it reduces carbon in your air, it cleans the air naturally, like, it is healthy for you, it releases chemicals that your body actually needs and promotes good, healthy living. It's kind of like living off of a good diet versus eating McDonald's 24/7. Like, which would you rather have? So I'm just saying, like, I don't know, just when I get talking about some of this stuff, I'm very passionate about it. So yeah, um, it's like, I don't know. I don't know what else to tell you. Let me know your thoughts down below. Otherwise, thank you all for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy. Sorry about being a little bit late, but sometimes I just need to be able to regenerate, right? Re-energize myself. I used to have a lot of nature around me, and unfortunately we moved to a big, capital city. And what little nature there was around me, people have cut down. It's pissing me off beyond levels because, again, I actually, you may find this weird, but I actually am able to feel nature's energy. I'm actually able to feel it. And so, like, when you go out to a forest, or even a park, you can feel the nature, the clean air, like you can feel it. Tell me I'm wrong. Go out to a nature, turn off your phone and walk, and I guarantee you'll be like, man, this is just really relaxing. It was really re-energizing, reinvigorating. And I don't have that anymore, and it's like making me livid. Like, if anything, it actually caused me to be like, I don't know, just balanced. And I don't have that anymore, and it's, yeah, trust me, it's something that I really, really notice. So, yeah, anyway, thanks again for watching. Love your beautiful faces. I'll catch y'all next time. Peace out.